This first bug regards the charms menu. The player can hover over and even click different things, but the only thing that shows up is the Venom logo, and nothing works. Also, you cannot back out of this on controller. This next glitch regards the brightness bar. In this options menu, it's exclusive to the brightness bar. The diamond moves in the correct direction, but the purple bar moves in the opposite direction of where the setting actually is. This next bug is on the main menu where the play button does not work. This next bug is about the lock-on mechanic. The player can still lock on the enemies after death. The enemies still attack and interact with the player after they die. You can see that here. This next glitch is a hurt yourself button. It is mapped to the D-pad on the controller. Nobody on keyboard found this, but the player can just kill themselves using this. This next glitch is a bit of a double hitter. You can see this car just sort of clip underneath, and as the player dies, this death screen does not work on controller. They cannot hover over anything or click continue or main menu. The only way to get out of this screen is to physically close out of the program. This next glitch regards the last section of the first level. The player dashes near a bench and gets stuck on invisible geometry. The player cannot do anything, and then once they get far away enough, they escape out of it and can function normally. This next glitch is about unspawned enemies. These don't have a programmer or anything, they're just there. Then as the player moves around the world, they see this rubble and are very easily able to just jump right through the world here. Following off the back of that, there's a wall that does not exist, and so the player can just jump off. This next bug is a bit of a complicated one involving the charms abilities. If the player uses a charm ability, there's a chance they get hardlocked. They can't move, can't do anything, and just have to wait to die. Our best guess as to why this is happening is the player gets their attack animation interrupted and it just locks the player. This is another example of this. It is a fairly consistent bug and renders those abilities kind of useless. The only one that doesn't do this is the Viper Strike. You can see it just happened again, and so the player has to just wait to die. We're going to play out the rest of this clip. This next bug regards the lock-on mechanic. The camera just zooms out of control, jitters uncontrollably, and makes it very difficult to play. This is the character is just rolling here, gets stuck on geometry, and as they are dashing around trying to kill enemies, always land where they need to, and then the character just dashes wildly fast, way past what they usually do.
Some enemies will randomly stop attacking the player and freeze, others will fall out of the world randomly even after dying, and others will keep attacking the player way after they were killed. The enemies also could move all the objects in the world and provide inconsistencies when all of us played.
As you can see here, there's a whole bunch of snakes that have just grouped up and not attacking anything. This other group of snakes don't move when the player uses the Viper attack. It breaks them out of it, but this one snake just does not want to do anything. This also brings up the glitch with slopes, where nothing really works if the player is below them. This includes the dash, even though it isn't shown here.
When I first started playing the game, I didn't know I had to open up the README file, so I just started button mashing. Due to this, I actually found a whole nother level that was still in the white box phase. It was a coastal area that was still under development, so I decided to explore it a little bit. It did have some monsters that would appear, and I did go and face them, but most of it was just walking around and exploring the area. It was very well developed and I enjoyed it. Kinda wish they went and completed it and went further into it. The bug that's present is that I was able to get to it without much difficulty from the beginning of where the game started off to begin with. and as I continued through, the barriers would appear, and unfortunately I couldn't get past them or go back the way I came, so I was stuck. So by the end of it, I decided I had to go and restart the game, and I tried again.